Donald Trump Jr. has been one of the leading Republicans since the withdrawal of American troops from Afghanistan in spreading misinformation about what's actually happening in Afghanistan. This past week, a fundraising email that was sent out by Donald Trump Jr. And of course, let's be clear, he was not the one that actually sent it out. I seriously doubt he's even the one who wrote it. But his name was on it, he signed off on it. And in this fundraising email, he made the claim that not only did we leave American troops over in Afghanistan and American citizens, we also left all the military dogs, right? All the canines. We just left them. This email came out days after this talking point from Republicans had already been debunked. Last Tuesday, a full week ago, the administration, the Pentagon, came out and said, no, it is false. We did not leave any of the dogs behind in Afghanistan. That didn't stop Trump Jr. from stamping his name on this email, putting it out there, and lying to people in order to get them to empty their pockets, making the claim that we left American service dogs over in Afghanistan. Now, as I mentioned, this is not the first time that Trump Jr. has gone out there and openly lied about what happened. Last week, also after it had already been debunked, he actually changed his banner image on his Twitter page to feature a helicopter as the bottom part of the E in Biden that appeared to show a man being hung by the Taliban. Now, that was a viral video that went across the internet early last week. Before it was debunked, people said the Taliban hanged a man from a helicopter, but it was actually just a guy hanging from a harness in a helicopter. He even waved at people. If you watch the full video, he was not hanging lifelessly from the helicopter. But Trump Jr. took the narrative, ran with it, had his graphic people create an image and put it on his Twitter account. The dude can't stop lying about what's happening in Afghanistan. And it's not that difficult to figure out why, folks. He's doing it because he needs to keep this as an issue. The Republican Party needs to keep Afghanistan as an issue. From now, early September 2021, all the way to November of 2022. Because, they think this is going to be the deciding issue for American voters in the midterms. Nobody's going to care about any of this Afghanistan stuff by November of next year. I'm sorry if that hurts anybody's feelings. I'm sorry if that blows the lid off of any of the narratives the corporate media is trying to sell you or the Republican Party's trying to sell you, but nobody's gonna care. Nobody. If the public cared about things for that long, Donald Trump wouldn't have gotten, 74, 75 million votes in November of 2020. They would have said, no, this dude has, been impeached. He's a horrible human being. Look at all the scandals, all the controversies, all the horrible things he said. Look at the Access Hollywood tape that actually dropped before the 2016 election. The public doesn't care about things as much as we'd like to think that they do. They care about what affects them personally. And if you weren't one of the individuals who was left in Afghanistan, it's probably not going to weigh too heavily on your mind when you go to the polls in 2022. But Republicans want it to, and that's why Trump Jr. is trying to fundraise off it. That's why he's sending out this email filled with lies. Because right now, that's the only thing the Republican Party has.